before we get into the analysis of the first trade, this is the $20 challenge. It's where you start with $20 and then you risk each level's profits to, at the end of the day, after 30 levels, to reach from $20 into 52,000 by compounding and risking the last level's profits. For the first trade, I'm gonna be trying to get from $20 to instantly to the $34 level. So I want to pass the first two levels in one trade, just so I don't waste my time. And yeah, this will all be for fun. If I end up losing the challenge, it's all fun. You can't really expect from anyone to consistently turn $20 into 52,000. That would be an enormous return, but I'm gonna be trying to do this for fun. If we complete it, we complete it. I'm really confident in my skills, and I think at the end of the day we are at least gonna come to 20-ish levels, maybe $10,000 mark, and I'm gonna be updating everything on my YouTube channel, and we'll post everything with transparency and proof. Hello guys, so the reason I'm taking this Bitcoin long for my first trade on my challenge account for fun, it's pretty simple. I'm really hoping for a relief bounce here on 4 hour-ish time frame and a daily-ish time frame. So before we go even into Bitcoin, let's look at SPX. SPX on weekly looked like shit. We lost the trend here after we lost this level here, the last higher low. Ever since we lost that trend, we lost the weekly trend. Tried to regain it after first touching the swing from here. We had an okay relief bounce. By the end of the day, we didn't gain anything that major. We were kind of slow grinding it. I even tried to long it here, got stopped out break even. So what I'm looking for in SPX is to retest now the daily level from here. Maybe make like a small relief bounce on a double bottom, push towards either this level here or maybe even above, like this one here. But what I'm expecting is to for the price to come around here, maybe wander here for a bit, then just plummet down. Yeah, I'm gambling that the price is gonna give a relief bounce because it hasn't really given a good lower high on 4 hour time frame for a clear structure. Because if we bounce from here, made it like a little lower high here, the structure would make more sense than what's happening right now. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for on SPX, and so far it's doing pretty okay. If we go to Bitcoin first, let's go to the CME chart. CME chart, we have a little CME gap here. So that's another reason why we might push a little bit to the upside. The CME gap is around my level. My final take profit is at 83,800. The top of the CME gap is at 84,000. So we might fill that before we actually start dumping. So that's another indicator that might indicate that we are gonna push a little bit to the upside before actually making a big move to the downside. And finally, if we look at USDT.P or whatever chart, if we look at price action here, this is mostly air from here. I don't see where price could bounce from here. As you can see, when there's wicks like this in the downtrend, this mostly means it's all air. It's not gonna bounce from here. reject from here. So yeah, this is another good indicator that we might push to the upside. And initially, if you look at the 15 minute, you can see that the silvers are kind of getting exhausted here. And now we flip the trend after we gained the last lower high here on 15 minutes, and that's where I longed here the retest. And now I'm really hoping for first to at least come to this level, the blue box. This blue box marks these two swing levels on daily. They're really they got I think this would classify as a test here at least on this last daily candle. So the area is tested, so I don't think it will reject from here. I think it will just push above, retest it, gain it, and then push more to the upside to the next level. So yeah, that's the first level I have marked. But if it starts doing something like this, doesn't really show strength around this level, shows weakness, I'm gonna already put my stop loss at break even, so I don't risk any of the money in my challenge account. But the original take profit level where I look to take profit is the daily swing here that has been tested as support. It did a solid okay bounce, but nothing special. And if you go to the 4 hour from that daily, you can see there's kind of two levels here, and also the CME gap. If we put the indicator, the CME gap is like around here, this price, which would kind of make sense because sometimes the CME gap, like the top one, gets front ran, and it fills like 80% of it. So I think this trade will go well. If this trade hits take profit, the full take profit, I'm gonna pass the first two levels from the challenge thing on Excel. So yeah, this is why I took this trade.